Right, we are in the dark, so illuminate. Look at that, the light has arrived, and it's all because it's time for the debate. And this week is one that has all to do with the Guinness Pro 14. We know that the Kings and the Cheetahs are now part of it. The question is, are the best players playing Pro 14? So let's take a look at that question. That's the question we asked for social media, and that's what these two gents are going to be debating in studio, and it's all to do with central contracting. We've spoken about it before, but is this the right time for SA Rugby to reconsider central contracting, specifically to aid the Cheetahs and the Kings in Pro 14? Now, this might not be necessarily the feelings of the two gentlemen on stage with me, but I don't care, because you are for, Kobani Bobo, and you, Butch James, are against. Question is, should SA Rugby look at central contracting? Over to you, Bobs, and then jump in.
I think SA Rugby should look at central contracting, because what you want to do, you want to expose your best talent to the inter-provincial teams overseas. I think Super Rugby, everyone who's in the Springbok squad should be playing Super Rugby instead of Super 14, and everyone playing Pro 14 should be a player that's been identified to play for the Baby Box in the last 4 years, and that should be given a chance to go overseas, play against experienced teams, get to travel, so that we can use those players for the Super Rugby Championship. So central contracting will help in that fact that our best talent will be exposed to the best competitions in the world.
Yeah, well, because this is a debate, so I'll have to go against what I believe, probably. But yeah, I think it's a tough one, because say I went to school in KwaZulu-Natal, so I grew up supporting the Sharks. Obviously, I want to play for the Sharks. I want to play in the Super Rugby competition. That's the competition I want to play with. Next month, I get offered a central contract to go play for the Cheetahs. Now I'm playing for a team that I have to start growing to love, because I didn't support them as a youngster. I have to play in a competition that I haven't been watching all the time. So now I'm playing in the Pro 14 when I want to be playing in the Super Rugby competition, but someone's telling me where I have to play and what competition, which I don't think is right on the players. Why
I go against that, Butchie, because it doesn't matter where you play, because these players, all of them, signed to go and play overseas. Never been to Bath, but you loved Bath like with all your life, as you said, you mentioned. And another thing about it is, these players, now you've got 5 fly halves who play for the Springbok in one union. Now the unions can now work with the head coaches so that you can make sure that everyone gets pulled down towards where we can need the most talent to get the exposure that they deserve and they do need in the highest competition level. So that is where now I think loyalty has never paid any bonds.
Yeah, I think also though, to win a Super Rugby competition, you need a good squad. You don't need a good 15. So now you take like a team like the Lions, Malcolm Marx at hooker, you got Akka van der Merwe on the bench. I mean, he's probably in the top 5 hookers in the country, so you'd want to probably move him to another team. But as a Lions coach, I want him on my bench, coming off the bench, making a huge impact. And in that regard, you've got a good squad to win the competition, not to compete, but to win the competition. So it's quite hard to water down your team.
We want to make sure all the young players get. So if you get your number 1 hooker, your number 5 hooker or 4th hooker should be playing for the other union. So that's how you rate it, and then it all fills into sequence 5, 6, 7. So you can have like a well-measured size, which will be well balanced, especially if you do have the central contracting, because now that means that priority will be SA Rugby.
Yeah.
Well, that is the debate, and thank you very much, Butchie, for jumping in on something you didn't quite believe in, but you went in wholeheartedly. So use that hashtag SSRugby, join in the debate. Maybe you do feel that central contracting is not the way to go. After all, it does mean possibly more watering down of the Currie Cup, and a lot of people have got a lot to say about that. But that concludes today's debate.